about a bunch of country ass shit that happened to me growing up, and I didn't realize just how country it was until I became an adult. Growing up in the South, we love a good nickname. My daddy's nickname is Cowboy, and I never thought it was country or realized just how country it was until I was sitting in the doctor's office waiting room with my mama, and she was talking to him, and she answered the phone, and she was like, "Hey, Cowboy." And everybody looked at us in the waiting room. Growing up, a nickname, my daddy had several nicknames for me, but the one that he probably stuck to the longest was Possum. I don't remember why he started calling me Possum, and it was not embarrassing until I got older and he would call me that, or like my sister would say it around people, and I'd be like, now that I think about it, I actually need to call him and figure out why he called me that. Time that I had a mole. I don't remember if it was a mole or a wart, but I started growing one on my face and I literally panicked. I was like, okay, I do not want to go to school with this wart / mole growth on my face. My daddy and my uncle took a razor blade and they cut around the edges of the mole, wart, whatever it was, tied a string around it, and made me go to school like that until it fell off. I grew up in the you play outside era. Like my mama cleaned her house and everybody had to go outside and play. There was no, we didn't have cell phones. We were allowed to watch movies and stuff at night, but during the day we went outside and played. I was bored outside one day and there was this big old wasp nest on the back porch. Well, I proceeded to get a broom and try to knock this wasp nest down. I was bored. I was a little kid. Well, as soon as I hit that wasp nest, them wasps went flying out, and it literally stung me like right here. And my mom and daddy put cigarette, like broke open a cigarette and put inside of it, and I had to go to school like that too. Please tell me that your parents used cigarette tobacco for medicinal purposes for y'all too, because I feel like that was just me. One time I had a pet snake. My daddy, we always had a garden, but it was really a field, and my daddy found this garter snake. I don't remember if it was my daddy or my brother, but they found this snake in the garden, and I just thought it was the cutest thing. It was pretty long. It was real skinny though. Obviously not poisonous or anything. Well, I took it and I put it in a brown paper bag and I took it to school and I told everybody it was my pet. Like, I literally put it in a brown paper bag, rolled it up, and put it in my book bag like it was my lunch or something for the day. I vividly remember taking it out at the lunch, like in the lunchroom, showing everybody. I took it out on the school bus and played with it and showed everybody. And I was so sad because I took it home. And I don't remember where we had this fish tank from, but we had like a glass tank, and I put it in the glass tank and I was playing with it, and I didn't realize that it was in the sun, so I literally cooked that snake, and I was so heartbroken. I grew up going to the hunting club with my daddy. My daddy always deer hunted, and he dog hunted, like with dogs, and I remember growing up and going to the hunting club, and everybody had like their hunting club nickname, but I thought that was all their real names. I didn't know anybody's real name until I got older. This may be normal to y'all and not be necessarily country, but it always kind of bothered me when I got older. My daddy always hunted and fished, and we ate mostly deer meat, and we would be eating deer meat with a bunch of deer on the walls, and that never bothered me until I was older. I would sit there and like eat the meat and like look at the deer, and it'd just be like, my mama used clear fingernail polish for everything. Like, if I would climb a tree and get chiggers or red bugs on me, she would put clear fingernail polish on it. I thought it was completely normal to ride in the back of a truck, like even on the highway. Me and my brother loved riding in the back of the truck. And I remember being little, like in the hunting club, and my daddy would let me ride on top of the dog box, and I don't even know how fast he would be going to get to where the dogs were running, the deer, but I remember going very fast sitting on top of that dog box. One time we wanted to play baseball, and we didn't have a baseball because only fancy kids had real baseballs, so we actually took a rag and taped it up with electrical tape. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you can relate to any of those things, and let me know if you guys want a part 2.